welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mother of three, bougie vintage, and a word on road is that you guys want me to talk about Diddy versus Cassie. Girl, a mess. Let me get my makeup situated and we will get right on into the tea, baby. And obviously we're just gonna make this a B with a T, and we're just gonna talk about a bunch of things that have happened over the last week, because obviously I didn't drop my video for Diddy and Cassie when Diddy and Cassie started. I'm dropping it today because I knew that more stuff would unfold as the situation went on, and I didn't want to have to film multiple videos about the situation. So I'm gonna set up my makeup and we will get right on into this video. So first things first, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. primer. This is the Power Grip primer. I know they have an orange one. This is the, I think, original. I forgot to clean my lens off, girl. There's a smudge on my lens that we do not need. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Come on now. Let's start with the least important. 50 Cent is crazy. Ooh, don't give me a do not give me a joke right now, 50. I cannot. but you know, I think 50 Cent is really funny, but he doesn't seem to realize when is appropriate and when is not appropriate. So there's been times where he's cracked a joke or two and I'm like, sir, get it together. But other times he's trolling the right people and I live. I don't think that I have talked about Halle Bailey and DDG potentially having a baby on my channel yet. But I will say, when the rumors broke, I definitely was like, that lady pregnant. Because I was looking at the baby nose, okay? I was looking at her nose and I'm like, I've been pregnant a few times. I know a pregnancy nose when I see it, girl. And there was no doubt in my mind that she was with child, okay? But obviously they've been trolling, right? I know for myself, when I was pregnant, especially with my last pregnancy, because baby, I was hiding. So I really wasn't hiding. I was processing. But based on my last pregnancy, I dropped some videos before I had announced that I was pregnant. You know, I was making sure to really like contour the nose, but there's not enough contour in this world to hide a pregnant nose. I don't know what it is with the blood vessels when you're pregnant, but they like to broaden your nose, and there's not any amount of contour in the world that's going to help you hide that. She obviously started looking pregnant. Then she was also wearing garments that would hide her tummy, like flowy dresses or dresses that were baby dolls, so you know you can't really tell. But then there was a picture of her, and I'll insert it, where her and DDG had just come from the doctor, and so they had blood work or like cotton ball and band-aid right here, okay? And I really think that she got blood work done, but he wanted to get a band-aid on his arm too, just because they knew the paparazzi was going to be out. When I saw that picture, I had already made the conclusion that the lady was pregnant. There had just been little glimpses here and there of Halle where people were like, okay, she's pregnant, she's not pregnant, people need to mind their business, which is true. People need to mind their business. But don't act stupid, okay? Like, if you were really serious about hiding this pregnancy and you didn't want attention, you would stay out the friggin' limelight. And that's on period. Take it from Kylie. Hell, take it from me, girl, because I was not posting, baby. I took a break off of work, okay? When I was really trying to not show that I was pregnant, I made sure to stay off of YouTube, right, until the time was right. And so if you're really serious about hiding your pregnancy, you're not going to address the rumors, you're not going to pop out, you're not going to go no damn where. I mean, obviously she has work to go to, but like, baby, you gonna call it sick, okay? And that's on period. To me, I think she's liking the attention that she's getting. You know, she does date a YouTuber, right? So, and a YouTuber that's constantly trolling at that. So it's like, perhaps she likes the attention, because over the weekend she dragged us. She dragged us and she addressed a comment that said something about her nose. And so she was pretty much saying if one more person said something about her nose, but she addressed the nose and didn't address the pregnancy, because the person that commented said something about a pregnant nose, but she didn't address the pregnancy. Also, she was taking breaths in between her words, and you already know when I'm pregnant, baby, I can't breathe, okay? That baby be sitting on your chest. And you're like, what the hell is this? And she always got like a Slurpee or something. Like she's always drinking something. And that's very much pregnant lady like. Okay, if she didn't want people to talk about her pregnancy, she wouldn't even have gone on the internet and addressed people talking about her nose. Talking about she black and she love her nose. Baby, I'm black too and I love my nose too. But when I'm pregnant, the nose don't suit my face. So she needs to cut it out. Because it's very obvious that somebody in that camp is pregnant. I don't know if she pregnant or DDG pregnant, but somebody is pregnant. Let's cut the bull. I can't stand when people do that, you know. I really can't. Who else hid their pregnancy well? Naomi Campbell. I don't think she really hid her pregnancy. She just popped out with a baby. She wasn't pregnant. She had a surrogate. But it was her egg. Also, that's the only other way to hide your pregnancy. Don't carry the baby if you're gonna carry on stupid. That's just my take on it. I think it's dumb to be trying to hide the pregnancy or not say that you're pregnant while simultaneously addressing people on the internet that you don't really owe an explanation to. She doesn't have to address anything, right? And then the other thing that drove me crazy about this situation was the fact that maybe a month ago, I don't even remember, there was a post from, I think, US Weekly or People Magazine, one of them publications, girl. All the blogs were posting that Halle had confirmed her pregnancy and her marriage to DDG. But then they snatched it back, and I never saw them snatch it back. I was talking to my members about the situation and they were like, no, the publication had to come out and correct themselves. But what I think happened is the publication interviewed Halle in person and saw that she was pregnant, and when they asked her those questions, or she answered those questions about, you know, marriage and being with child or pregnancy or being a mom or whatever, because they saw that she was pregnant, they took it and ran with it and broke the story, but then had to answer a few calls from a few lawyers. Baby, and clear the air and say the lady did not confirm anything. But I'm one of those people that didn't see them clear the rumors up. So I was like, why is she still acting like she didn't admit that she was pregnant already, or, you know, confirm that she was pregnant? And then the girls had to tell me because they reneged with the news article. For color corrector, I use Fenty Beauty and Makeup Forever. Now I'm going with my Kat Von D or KVD girl Good Apple foundation bomb thingy. Apparently she has not confirmed that she was pregnant, but I had no idea, so I was kind of confused, like, why is she still acting like she has not confirmed her pregnancy and her marriage? I thought this lady was married to DDG. Anyway, that was that. Moving right along to iOS 17 or whatever the frig. I don't know which iOS update this is. 17 638, girl, I don't know, but they could have told us ahead of time that they were going to change the alarm sounds, because I updated my phone and the alarm was going off, and I had no idea that my alarm was going off, because that's not the alarm that I chose. I chose the annoying alarm, okay? The beepy beepy one. And so my phone is going off, especially like this morning when I was waking up to get my children ready for school. What the hell? The alarm is going off. I don't even realize that it's my alarm. I'm like, what is this alert? I realized, oh, it's my alarm. But I was not impressed. So Apple needs to get it together, because that's not the first, like last night my alarm went off as well to get the kids, you know, in bed, or to take the iPads at a certain time, right? Baby, I am organized, okay? Take the iPads at a certain time so they can prepare and, you know, get to sleeping, because they be taking long to fall asleep. They do too much. But my alarm went off last night, and I didn't know that that's what was happening. I'm like, what is this? I didn't even know it was my phone, because last night was the first time it happened. I didn't know that it was my damn phone. I thought my mom's phone was going off. I wasn't sure what. I thought it was one of the kids' iPads. I was like, what is this noise? But then I picked up my phone and I saw it's my phone. So I'm not impressed with this iOS update with the alarm changing business, because, like, girl, you could have had me sleep in, baby. I could have missed wake up time today because these people didn't change the alarm. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with my primer now for my eyelids. This phone is so disrespectful. I have on all of 1 ounce of makeup and my phone will not unlock. Please. Yeah, Apple is real disrespectful, but Apple definitely has us in bondage, because I just can't go with any other. I like simplicity when it comes to a cellular device. and I think Apple is definitely superior. I know there's lots of Android folk out there, and you know, shout out to y'all, but like, I'm just not with Android. I just can't with it. So I will forever remain an Apple girl. I don't think they could do anything to make me stop purchasing their products. I love me some Apple, girl. You know, the CEO, whoever's the CEO right now of Apple, would have to literally call me the N-word to my face for me to be like, you know what, I'm done. And I think even then, baby, I would struggle, baby, because I just love me some Apple. That's problematic. That is so problematic. I really be struggling to let go of Apple. They have us in bondage. It's not right. For eyeshadow today, I will be going with my MAC palette, good old trusty MAC, with my probably expired eyeshadows. Okay, eyeshadows don't expire. Don't feed into the bull, baby. Eyeshadows don't expire. I probably could ask my mom for eyeshadow from the 90s, and also my Born to Run palette by Urban Decay. So I'm taking Brown Script by MAC first. The next case on the docket, girl, is Pardi, Partisan Fontaine, whose name is not Partisan Fontaine, and Megan Thee Stallion. Girl, Pardi dropped a diss track because Megan dropped her song Cobra. When people do stuff like this, okay, so you see Megan dropped this song, and me personally, I'm saved and sanctified, girl. I couldn't watch the video, so I have not seen Megan Thee Stallion's video, but I did hear parts of the song. She didn't drop any names. Okay, so she should have left it on the playground, but she did allude to the fact, or to the possibility, that Mr. Pardi cheated on her and was getting in her bed. I don't necessarily know that they lived together, but I think they spent a lot of time together in the home. Keep in mind, shortly before we found that they broke up, Pardi had released like this poem about her, and it had gone kind of viral online. And I don't know if that was his last ditch effort, girl, to keep the relationship together, but it didn't work. Okay, so Pardi and Megan broke up. We saw Megan pop out right away with another person, a soccer player, I believe he is. Fine black man, okay. She was at some wedding with this person. Was I shocked to see that? No. But I'll give you guys my take on that in a minute. And then we saw, of course, Mr. Pardi shortly after that pop out with Jamaica's very own Miss Jada Kingdom. Okay, Miss Jada Kingdom. So when I saw this girl, I was like, what am? Because remember, Jada Kingdom had actually been recently linked to, what's his name, child? Burna Boy. Okay, but Burna Boy chat too much and said that Miss Jada Kingdom had the best cho-cho in all of Jamaica. In Kingston. Okay, so from he did that, Miss Jada Kingdom was like, I don't know him. Okay, she's like, oh, I never heard it. I never heard the song. I'm gonna have to listen to it. She was like, I know this man did not just do that. She had Burna Boy buying her this tiny Birkin bag, but they said that her bag looked like it was in Tootie. The internet is undefeated. Like, you guys have no behavior. You guys all need a good old spanking. Anyway, pretty much in the song that Pardi released, I think if he was a class act, as frustrated as he is, he would have just not said anything. But his song is coming out after Megan's song. It's not like they broke up and then this man dropped a diss record, because then I would look at him and be like, you're corny. Okay, but Megan dropped this song and he's trying to clear his name. He's like, you are not about to put this on my good name. Now, obviously, we were not there. We don't know if he cheated or not. But in his song, he was dropping names, okay? And he was not playing with her. And I was like, this is not a good look based on what just happened with the Tory Lanez situation. Like, this isn't a good look for Meg. She probably should have not released that song. And Megan is independent right now, so it's not like her label forced her to put that out. Like, she decided on her own accord to drop that record, and I don't know if she thought that Pardi wasn't going to respond to it, but he most certainly did, and has her out in these streets looking crazy. Now, Pardi, did I say Pardi Next Door? Girl, forgive me. Pardi Fontaine. He needs to change his name. The only Pardi we acknowledge is Pardi Next Door, okay? Shout out to Pardi Next Door, and shout out to the catfish Pardi Next Door. Anyway, based on that, you know, maybe she thought he wasn't going to respond, but baby, I am not going to call somebody out if I don't have the receipts, okay? If I don't have the receipts, I'm not going to make a diss record. Baby, that's the thing about the Taurus, baby. We're going to come with the receipts. So don't be out here if you ain't got the receipts. Because if I was her and he made that song, the next thing I would do is post text messages, girl, screenshots, whatever I need to post to prove that I was not making up what I was singing in that song. Okay. And the other thing is, if I were Megan and the song was not about Pardi, and I saw that people were taking it as a diss record to Pardi, I would clear the air right away. I would post on my Instagram and be like, listen guys, it's just music. That's all she had to do. She did not have to sit there if it's not about him. But I mean, he's very bold if it is about him to come and say, baby, it's not me. All I know is that in his song, he said she got a nose job, which is evidence, okay? And also that she got lipo. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with a little nip tuck, girl. It's not like she's out here selling fitness stuff, because you know that's what they do. Everybody wants a little snatch tummy, and you know, I personally really loved Megan's original body, but I really don't think there's anything wrong with getting the extra little pooch sucked out of her tummy, right? Because she always has her tummy out. Now, as far as Pardi goes, he needs to stay out of women's business, okay? He was mad that she did what she did, or that she, you know, made this song and has everybody in his comment section. And at this point, especially where Megan's concerned, right? Like at this point, you have to know, as a person in the public eye, if you are dating somebody and then you guys break up and then you put out a record, you have to know that your fan base, or even people that are just, you know, onlookers, are going to go to that person and start attacking them in their comment section. You have to know this. That's just how it goes, right? Even if Megan were to put out a statement too, like that's the other thing. Even if Megan were to put out a statement, you know, and say like, excuse me, the song's not about Pardi, well, obviously the blogs would have picked it up, and eventually people would have got the drift that she was indeed not referring to Pardi. But she did not do that, and so now we're here. And so the other thing Pardi addressed in the song was the fact that she had him beefing with other men in the industry that she good and damn well knew that she was having sex with. But that was the other thing too. I don't understand why he ever did that. Like, I get it, he was trying to stand up for his lady, but like at the same time, sir, why are you addressing anybody's ex, or even, you know, somebody that was linked to her? Like, why are you doing that? He needed to stay out of it. I didn't like when he was online doing all that. And then when Tori was on trial, well, it really seemed like Megan was on trial, girl. But when Tori was on trial, you know, Megan had mentioned the fact that her partner was embarrassed. And I was like, that's corny as hell, because why is he embarrassed if, you know, they're in a relationship and she's been open and honest? Now this makes sense why he was embarrassed, because she wasn't, I guess, forthcoming about who she had been with, and then it got leaked in the transcripts of the court. So of course he's gonna be embarrassed, because he was out here looking crazy online defending his lady, but she had not been forthcoming and told him, yeah, I did sleep with X, Y, and Z, or whatever. And so the other thing is, Pardi's song kind of confirmed what people weren't really sure of, which was if the baby was making up that he too had been with Megan Thee Stallion, if we choose to believe what Pardi is saying. Personally, I feel like Pardi should not release music. He should most definitely stick to being a ghostwriter or a writer. You know, his delivery is horrible, but he really felt like he needed to get in the booth and tell this lady about her parts. He must have really been hurt by her song. So, you know, he did what he felt like he needed to do. And honestly, it's sad when people break up and it's just messy after. You know, more people should be like Soraya and... is it Soraya or Soraya, girl? And Jacob Lattimore. Now, I'm mad at Soraya because, girl, she done popped out with Joey Badass. Woo, child, that man is so fine. Oh my goodness. They look so good together, girl. So shout out to her and Joey Badass. But like, people need to just break up and be amicable. Pop me kettle. But no, seriously, it's really sad when things go super sour and people are dropping diss records. you know, Megan's got to drop some receipts. Now that Pardi has responded, I'm sorry, we can't go back and do the back and forth. She needs to just drop a bombshell on us and give us the receipt that he was indeed cheating. Or she needs to clear the air and say, first of all, my song was not about Pardi, so I don't know why he is in his feelings and jumping on the internet and making a diss record towards me, because the song wasn't about him, and that's it. And so in the song, he also alleges that she indeed cheated premièrement, okay? She cheated first, or at least was acting like a single person girl. He said she was acting like that way first. He caught her texting niggas. I mean, she must have been texting the soccer player, to be honest, because she popped out with him real quick. And the other thing is, I think that Megan needs to rest. She needs to be single. She needs to be single. But I think since her mom passed away, and like she don't have her dad either, you know, I think her dad passed first, then her mom passed. She's very lonely, and you know, she's not being guided properly. And she's had a hard time in the industry, you know, since her mom passed. It reminds me a bit of Kanye. Like, after his mom departed, he just was not the same. You know, he wasn't grounded anymore, and that's what I feel has happened to Miss Megan. She is a lost girl. The industry has not been kind to her. So now that she is on her own and, you know, doesn't seem like she's good at discerning who's a good friend for her, she really needs to stay single. She needs to find a cousin girl, somebody that she can trust, and they need to be her guidance. I really pray that for her, that she finds her tribe, her people, you know, the people that are actually going to look out for her. But she is clearly having trust issues, and jumping into these relationships after relationship after relationship is just no good. Like, you know, even when she got with Pardi, I don't think a lot of time had elapsed between the time that she had been with Tory to when she got with Pardi. She's not taking enough time for herself, and it's landing her in bigger problems. Because imagine coming out of that situation with the court, and then the drama continues because now you have this boyfriend and you guys break up, and it's just mess all over again. Stay single, girl. I know it's hard, girl. I know you don't want to be alone, girl, but you need to stay single, because it's not giving relationship girl for you. It's really not. Now, on the topic of messy breakups, Snoop D-O-double-G announced that he has given up smoke. Now, he had announced this in the weirdest way ever. It was not clear what he meant. Like, he did not specify weed. He didn't specify marijuana. He didn't specify anything. He just said he's giving up smoke, which is crazy, because we literally all know Snoop Dogg for one thing, and that is being a pothead. Okay, obviously we know that he's a rapper and blah 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 blah. We know Death Row, but like, we know Snoop as King Stoner. Okay, and so we are stunned, shocked, surprised, bewildered, behooved when this man pops out and says he is no longer going to be affiliated with smoke. And it's like, sir, what does that mean? I thought to myself, maybe it's too painful for him to say it. Maybe he doesn't want to say that he's giving up weed because it hurts too much. But like, I don't know what the hell he gave up. Okay, so he needs to make another post to clear the air, because everybody was very confused, and everybody was like, until he says that he stopped smoking weed, then, you know, we're not gonna believe him. After he posted that, of course, Meek Mill jumps on the bandwagon and says he's going to follow in Uncle Snoop's footsteps and also retire smoking. I think a lot of the people in the industry pick up these things to cope. Now, Snoop came into the industry smoking. He was a teenager smoking his ganja, okay? And it just kept going over time. To me, I feel like when you've been smoking for 60 damn years, how old is Snoop? No, Snoop is like in his 50s, I think. When you've been smoking for that long, I don't think you could just stop cold turkey. I think you have to actually go to rehab. I don't think you could just stop smoking weed cold turkey when you've been smoking for 60 years. Your body is going to fail. You know, like, miserably. He's gonna go through withdrawal. And on top of that, now who Martha gonna smoke with? You know Martha be getting down. Or even with Khalifa. So I'm not really sure what Snoop gave up, but if it's weed, more power to him, and hopefully he grows and, you know, he doesn't go through withdrawal. But I think it's strange, very strange, how he announced it. In other news, on I think the new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or the Kardashians, whatever the hell they rebranded to, Tristan Third Trimester Thompson has apologized. See, I can't even do this for his apology because literally it was like it just needed one of these, okay? He has apologized to Jordyn Woods. He apologized to Kylie and told Kylie to tell Jordyn he's sorry. Girl, after all of the stuff they didn't put that girl through because of him, you want to apologize? What kind of backwards apology is that? Sir, go sit down somewhere. The fact that Jordyn and Kylie's relationship was even sabotaged in the making of that foolishness, you know, for them to spin the block now and even mention her on the show, she needs to be compensated. Don't bring me up on your show for a damn storyline. Don't do it. Because maybe about a month ago or so, we did see Jordyn and Kylie hanging out together in public. I think that their friendship was definitely a true friendship. And so when that situation happened and, you know, people, her sisters, Kim, hell, even Kimora Lee Simmons, who I'll be mentioning later in this video, they were on Jordyn's neck. And they were saying the most, doing the most, bullying her online, being problematic. Obviously, Jordyn was wrong, right? But when it happened, I definitely dropped a video about it, and I was like, I do not feel not even an ounce of sorry for Khloe, because I have watched the Kardashians steal the people's boyfriends over and over and over again. Karma was definitely spinning the block, and the fact that it was Jordyn that was in the middle of her and Tristan, it was really the cherry on top of the cake. Because okay, obviously you don't wish bad stuff to happen to people, right? But when you see karma spinning the block, sometimes you just gotta be like, That's why you don't mess around with people's boyfriends. They have done a lot of that in their friend circles, okay? We're China, Trina, like we have seen it over and over and over again with the Kardashians, where they end up with the person's boyfriend that they were hanging around. It's like, y'all some witches. But I was not upset when that happened to Khloe at all, and I thought they should leave Jordyn alone. But they were over there dragging Jordyn for filth. And Kylie did not publicly say anything about Jordyn, which I love. I don't think her and Jordyn ever stopped being friends. I think that they were, you know, friends behind the scenes for a while. And I think they kept up with each other because they were truly friends. Something happened. Tristan is a known cheater. So it was just like, why the hell would they be so mad at Jordyn, but they have Tristan over there and have another baby by him? Like he didn't do this. Like he wasn't a part of the problem. He's the bigger part of the damn problem, okay? We don't know that Jordyn is a serial cheater, okay? She's been holding her man down for a while now. You know, that night happened and they stayed mad at Jordyn, but used her for a storyline. You know, she went on Red Table Talk or whatever. She spoke her piece and she was like, I don't want your situation. And she was very right about that. And Khloe's situation only got worse, okay, after that. Like it only got worse. So as far as I was concerned, Jordyn got the crappy end of the stick, but she also flourished once she got up from under the Kardashian ruling. And so I loved her by herself, and I actually didn't really want her to, you know, go back into the lion's den. For me, if I was Jordyn, I might still talk to Kylie, especially because she never dogged her out. We never saw Kylie say anything bad about Jordyn. I think out of all of them sisters, Kylie is the Mind My Business Ministries girl. She don't do too much. She doesn't really seem to like the limelight that much. She stays in her place, raises her kids, and, you know, drops her ColourPop Deluxe. And that's it, you know. She doesn't do too much. So I would say out of everybody, she is the least annoying. But like, I think Jordyn should still protect herself, because at the end of the day, if your older siblings decided to, you know, dog me out and bully me online, I can't really trust you. Even though I didn't see you doing it, to me, you are guilty by association. Okay, so that's just how I would feel about it, and I would be very weary spinning the block on that friendship. I would, unless of course the friendship never really ended, but they had to keep their distance in the public eye for as long as they did. But Tristan is out of damn pocket telling Kylie that she can tell Jordan he's sorry or whatever. Like, sir, don't say nothing to her. Don't say nothing to the lady. Ugh, I can't with these men. They're tired. And I question myself again. What is it about men? And so, before I get into the much awaited Diddy and Cassie drama, let's briefly talk about Keke. Keke's mama. Let's talk about Miss Sharon. Shout out to Sharon, okay? The Little Mermaid knows what I'm talking about. Sharonda Blair knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's talk about Keke mama. I don't know why I like saying her name like that. I always just say Keke mama. Okay, Keke mama, Keke mama, Keke mama, Keke mama, Keke mama. Let's talk about Miss Keke mama. Okay, Miss Sharon Palmer. She ain't down, okay? So I don't know if you guys heard. Well, by now you must have heard, right? The recorded phone call that was never supposed to see the light of day. Woo, child, you can have certain people around you now. So obviously there was an incident where Keke and Darius had gotten into it, and Darius was at Keke's house, and Keke had her mom on the phone, I guess, for witness protection. Okay, so she had her mom on the phone, and Darius also had out his phone, and he was recording the whole entire thing. This is wrong on so many levels, especially because they are all industry people, and at that point he was also an industry person because Keke gave him a career on her Kim Kardashian. Okay, she gave him a career. She had him on the podcast. You know, he was earning his keep because sometimes you gotta employ these men. Okay, you gotta give them a little job. When you got the check and the money's flowing in, sometimes you gotta give them in a job so like you don't feel like you are taking care of them. That's what you gotta do. Okay, so pretty much Keke had him working a bit, and he's on the podcast with her, so you know he earned his keep a little bit. And at that point, he had no business recording no damn conversations. Now, it's crazy, but this is what narcissists do, to record somebody when you have provoked them in the way that he had provoked that lady. Okay, you can't attack somebody or threaten them or choke them out, whatever he did that day. You can't be in somebody's house that you do not pay for and attack them and then bust out your phone when they are holding you accountable and cussing you out for being abusive. That is crazy. That is in the narcissist playbook. And that's precisely what Darius had done. But it backfired because there would be no reason for somebody's mother to be threatening to put a in your head. Child, would not be having to mute the video, girl. There would be no reason for Keke's mom to be calling your family and threatening them or threatening you if you weren't abusing her and putting your hands on her. So the exposing of her mom did not do anything because she was in mama bear mode. And I had seen my mama in mama bear mode. Okay, child, if I recorded her when she was in mama bear mode, child, ooh, they would have threw her under the jail. They would have threw her under the jail, baby, because some people in this world don't play about their kids. See, over there at his house, they might have been playing with each other and playing with, but they weren't doing that over there at the Palmer residence. Okay, so they were going to stand up for theirs. Right? And so on the voice recording that he released, like, child, you should have edited it. You should have edited the freaking recording. Okay? Because on the recording, she tells him, you choked your own sister out. And she said the same thing to his mother in the text messages because his mother also tried to play victim as well and post text messages, but she never posted the response. See, that's shady boots, right? You post the response. You're going to post what you said to me about me threatening you, and you're gonna have to get the authorities involved in all these things, but you're not going to post what I said to you in response. So Miss Sharon Palmer posted what she said in response to the text message that she received from Darius's mother. Okay, Darius and his mama are both problematic, but it starts at home, honey. From the mama is problematic, prepare for the son to be problematic. It's the environment that they're raised in that make them this way a lot of the time. And so if he's seen it normal to put your hands on people because his mama has a restraining order against his daddy, clock the T, okay? His mom has a restraining order against the dad, okay? So this is stuff he has witnessed. So obviously, when they grow up in that environment, that's what they're going to do. I want to also, for further proof and evidence, we can look at somebody like Chris Brown, for instance. Chris Brown witnessed his mother and his stepfather in the same melee. And then what did Chris Brown turn around and do? Beat Rihanna. And then did problematic things as well to Karrueche. So, clock the T. It's a pattern. It's normalized in the home, and then it trickles into the families and the homes that these men make outside of their home, just so they can continue their abuse because they don't want to go to therapy. Like, it's crazy. The mom thought she was doing something, posting them damn text messages, but like, it was very clear that she enables her son's behavior. She enables her son's behavior because why is your son putting his hands on my daughter? Make it make sense, ma'am. The people had already taken Keke's side. And we're going to stick beside Miss Keke. And we're going to stick beside Miss Sharon too. Now, in my original video about the situation, I was like, Keke mama should have just kept her mouth closed because she's not making the situation any better. But in that voice recording, she pretty much outs Usher. She referred to him as gay and she referred to him as bisexual. But she was telling Darius that him and his family are so stupid because since Usher is interested in the same sex, he's not going for Miss Keke. So they are dumb because they don't understand the industry. Now, the problem with this is Usher didn't ask to be dragged into none of this, okay? Whatever Usher got going on is his business. But because she said this, she then had to clear it up after the fact. I know Usher was mad as hell. She had to clear it up after the fact and say that she only said that because she thought her daughter was in danger, so she was just trying to, I guess, ward off Darius because he was accusing her of cheating with Usher or whatever, but she was trying to say, like, there was no need for him to be accusing her of such because Usher does not like women. Obviously, when she was saying it, she ain't know he was recording her and that her voice was going to be plastered all over the internet out in this man. Yes, she reneged, but I had already had these reservations about Usher because I'm not ignorant to what's going on behind closed doors in the industry. And especially after we watch things like Surviving R. Kelly, blah, blah, blah. We know it's a lot of stuff that we as the public are not privy to where the industry is concerned. We are left in the dark until people don't make their Illuminati payments on time and then they get exposed, okay? Certain people are protected for a long periodically time and then they're not protected anymore and the industry chews them up and spits them out. That's what we saw happen with R. Kelly. But the thing is, when I heard the voice recording, okay, shout out to all the 90s babies because you already know what this is. When I heard the voice recording or the phone call with Keke's mom and she started mentioning Usher, I had been in my Discord. And this is the day before, let me say it again, this is the day before the allegations against Diddy dropped. Not even 24 hours. Okay? Clock it. Okay, clock it. I said in my Discord on a voice note, I brought up the fact that Sharon had mentioned Usher. And I said, y'all, this is why Diddy is never going to survive the allegations. When that documentary drops, it's going to be a problem. That's what I said about Diddy based on the fact that Miss Sharon had mentioned Usher being gay. Ooh, girl. So, you're probably wondering why I was bringing up Diddy based on Usher. But let me finish my Keke thoughts and then we're going to move on to Diddy, okay? Pretty much, Darius and his mother and the brother have zero accountability and they pretty much confirmed everything that we already knew. This man is a lunatic. This man is a lunatic. He has zero accountability and Keke is not wrong. And that's on period. She needs to protect herself and she needs to protect the baby. Now back to Usher and Diddy, okay? So if you didn't know, Diddy, early on in Usher's career, was in charge of Usher. And he had indeed, when Usher was a teenager, okay, I'm talking about 14, 15, exposed Usher to a lot of things that Usher should not have been exposed to. And a lot of people don't know this, but Diddy is like some kind of gateway for the R&B people. So a lot of people get brought to Diddy early on in their career. And Usher was one of those people. What Usher was exposed to, we're gonna find out one day. Mark my words, we're gonna find out one day. Okay, but Usher's mom went over there to Diddy's house and snatched him up and became his manager from then forth. Because he shouldn't have been exposed to not 1% of the stuff that he was exposed to in that house. And so when the allegations broke about Diddy and Cassie, not even 24 hours after I said Diddy's not surviving the documentary that comes out about him, was I surprised? No. The only thing I was surprised about was that I had just mentioned it the day before. Oh girl, not me calling it. So that's what gagged me. What didn't gag me was the level, the extreme amount of abuse that Miss Cassie had endured during her long relationship with Diddy. See, the thing is, I don't know, I feel like 10 is the lucky number for people that are in relationships with narcissists and try to get a waiver. It takes long, okay? Cassandra was in that relationship for a very long time. And so a lot of people are like, it's a money grab, it's a money grab. No, the frig, it wasn't, okay? And so I'm going to explain to you why she filed a civil suit instead of a criminal one, and why she's not wrong to do so. See, a lot of people don't know their rights. A lot of people don't realize that if somebody abuses you, you are entitled to compensation, especially if you can prove it. And Cassie obviously was able to prove it, why her one lawyer even took the case on, and two, why a court would even look at those documents and acknowledge the fact that she has a case. She wouldn't be able to bring forth this case if she didn't have the proof to back it. And not only did she have proof to back her case, but she also had the support once she went public and said, I was abused and I'm going to tell my story. From the very beginning, we knew that Cassie was seeking $30 million in damages. We knew that she was seeking $30 million. And you're probably like, that is a lot of money for the end of a relationship. No, ma'am, baby, it's not enough. Okay, it's not enough for what she went through. And I actually sat there and read all 35 damn pages of her lawsuit. So I read the affidavit. It was intense. And I encourage you all to go and read it to see what exactly was going on. And I'm concerned about Miss Young Miami, especially where the freakouts are concerned. Girl, them freakouts is crazy. But like, I'm definitely concerned for Young Miami. But back to Cassie. Cassie's lawsuit was under the New York Adult Survivors Act, which allowed for survivors of sexual abuse to bring forth their case within 1 year of the act being passed. So for survivors of sexual abuse, it gave them a 1 year window to bring forth their claim, no matter how long ago the abuse took place. Because obviously we know Cassie has moved on with her life. Right? She had 2 children. She's married to a man. Like, as soon as she left Diddy, she moved on with her life. And the reason that it came out when it did is because this week, on the 23rd of November, that year window is closing. Which means after this year, they're not going to be able to file nothing under this. So a lot of people have gone and taken up the opportunity to sue their abusers for misconduct, right? So people have filed cases against Donald Trump, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, and a former Columbia University gynecologist, Dr. Robert Haddon, okay? So those are a bunch of people that we're probably going to see unfold in recent times. And so the reason that they did this is because the statute of limitations for pretty much has closed off for a lot of the people that have been accused of assault, right? And so because it's closed off, these women, they can't file criminal lawsuits. They can only file civil lawsuits, which would mean financial compensation. Cassie didn't hide the fact that she wanted to be financially compensated for her pain and suffering, and she should be financially compensated, baby. To me, 30 million ain't enough. Okay, I'm not even playing. Like, 30 million is not enough. If you read her documents, 30 million is not enough. He's lucky she only went for 30 mil. When the news broke initially, Diddy's lawyer most definitely released a statement. Okay, so the day that the news broke, his lawyer released a statement. Girl, they love the Jewish lawyers. Diddy's lawyer, Ben Brafman, has denied the claims in a statement to the New York Times. He claims Cassie had been demanding money from the Bad Boy Records founder. Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. That's what his lawyer said. He denies the claims. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs had been subjected to Miss Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Well, technically, blackmail only happens if somebody is going to release true tea about you, and so in order to combat the blackmail, you drop the tea first, right? Then they can't make no money off of you, because Diddy could do that. The only problem is, why would he do that? Why would he drop his own tea about him being abusive to Cassie? That doesn't make any sense, right? He couldn't. So that's why they're calling it blackmail, because she said, baby, if you don't pay me, if you don't cut the check, I'm going to get the check cut some way or another, okay? And so if you don't want me to tell the story of me and you, ooh, I bet that's what the book was going to call. Oh, glory to God. Ooh, me and you. Oh, Cassie would have ate that. Baby, Lord, please let Cassie release the book. Me and you title. Ooh, girl. I hope Cassie watches this video. Cassie, I want my cuts. I want my cut of the 30 million. Just give me like 500,000, okay? Baby, she needs to release a book called Me and You. Oh, give this video a thumbs up if that title wouldn't eat down. Not me excited about a book that's never coming out. Okay, I am beside myself. I am beside myself. I just know that that's what the title of the book was going to be called. Me and You, the story of Cassie and Diddy. Ooh, girl, that is a good old title. I'm gonna need the book to come out now, child. Shoot, I'm gonna write it myself. I read the 35 pages. I'm gonna write it myself. That actually got me super hyped. Super hyped. I can't even stop smiling. I'm like, yes, Cassandra released the book. And so to me, that's why he's calling it blackmail. But it's not blackmail if I'm giving you the opportunity to make things right. Okay, make it right. That's all you have to do. All he had to do was make it right. She would have stayed quiet, silent, moved on with her life with her kids, but she deserves financial compensation. And so the reason I didn't get up here and start telling y'all the tea or telling you my thoughts on the tea the day that it happened was because I knew that more would unfold that I would have to talk about. So I'm like, I'm not sitting up there twice talking about Diddy and Cassie. No, I'm not. So of course, one day after the lawsuit was filed and everybody was on the internet gagging, Diddy settled. Diddy and Cassie privately settled. I think he paid her $100 million. I don't think he paid her $30 million, and I don't think he paid her less than $30 million. I think he probably doubled it. He had to double it, baby. I think he paid her 60 to 100 million, and then she obviously had to sign probably another NDA that she will not go forth. And you know, now that she's been paid, she can't write the book or whatever. Unless he die, child. If he die, then she can write it. But if he doesn't die, you know, she got to keep her mouth shut. Cassie opened the door for sure. You know, I was a little disappointed because I definitely wanted it to go to trial, but I think in my heart I knew it wasn't going to go to trial because she wasn't playing around and he wasn't playing around. Despite what his lawyer had stated about him denying the allegations, we're not dumb. We've been hearing this stuff about Diddy for years, okay? And as soon as Kim Porter died, baby, I had questions. Kim Porter's besties definitely had questions. We're not dumb. We know that Biggie was worth more dead than alive. Okay, we're not dumb. Okay, the industry has been talking for years, but nobody has been ballsy enough to go up against Diddy. And so my thing is, based on what happened to Kid Cudi's car and based on this situation, Cassie needs an armed guard at her door. She needs to move and she needs to be protected because yes, he paid her, but that doesn't mean he's not going to make her go away. Okay, she needs to protect herself, period, because these people seek for revenge. Now the other thing is, obviously now our eyes are looking at Diddy like he can't touch her. We know he can't touch her because everybody's gonna go and look at him like, you are the main suspect, sir. If anything happens to Cassie, we're all gonna be looking at Diddy, period. Okay, it don't matter if he hires a hitman, it don't matter what he does, we're gonna be looking at Diddy. We're gonna know that if something happens to Cassie, it's probably Diddy. I'm not too worried about Cassie in that regard, but she still needs to do her due diligence and protect herself because niggas is crazy. Okay, clearly. If you read the lawsuit, niggas is crazy. Okay, the freakouts was just nasty. Okay, just nasty. Like hiring male workers, searching for, well, I'm not gonna say it on here, girl, we're gonna get unmonetized. He told this lady to go on whatever website to hire the male and type in big black, you know what, eggplant. Okay, like Diddy. Now it's been rumored for years that Diddy is definitely on the DL, like, man, all these things. And so I wasn't surprised that that's what she was told to search. It was drugs. It was so sad reading that. Honestly, it was really, really sad reading the lawsuit. So, you know, trigger warning, girl. Don't read it if you got a weak stomach. Tell you that. He was beating her so bad that his staff was crying. Like, that's crazy. His staff was crying when they saw her because of how badly he beat her, and she was curled up by a toilet. Like, girl, now that Cassie was strong and went up against Diddy, even though she got a, you know, check cut and she's not gonna be able to talk about it going forward, it does leave the door open for other people to come forth and speak, like Al B. Shore. Okay, because Al B. Shore he made a statement, girl, but it was in Japanese, baby. I didn't understand not a word he said. I tried to read between the lines, girl, and the lines disappeared off the page. So I don't know what Al B. Shore was saying, but it sounds like he was saying Diddy tried to off him, and you know, it's been a long time coming, but I'm hoping that people are brave now and will speak up and say, hey, this happened to me. And, you know, they might not sue him, but baby, run the documentary because I'm going to be tuned in. The lawyer on the first day that he spoke, he also had stated, despite withdrawing her initial threat, Miss Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. That's what Diddy's lawyer had said before, you know, they ended up obviously settling it, right? But Cassie's lawyer made a statement too and said, listen, Diddy and Cassie spoke prior to us filing, and he tried to offer her a sum of money to stay silent. Okay, and I don't believe that his lawyer ended up responding to that allegation. They ended up obviously going through with the filing because Diddy tried to lowball and Cassie wasn't going for it. And good for my good sis Cassie. She shouldn't go for it. Get what you came for, girl. Collect the check. I'm not mad at her at all. And anybody that's mad at her needs to mind their damn business. If it was you getting your butt handed to you, you would seek financial compensation too. See me, I'm from Canada, and we unfortunately can't sue like y'all can sue in America. Okay, in America it seems like you can sue for anything, baby. Somebody run over your big toe with a bike and you lose feeling in your baby toe, girl, you could sue. In Canada it's not like that. An accident is an accident. You cannot sue somebody for your baby toe in Canada. I'm sorry, you can't sue somebody for your baby toe in Canada. However, and clock the T, girlies, okay? Because if your partner was abusing you, you need to clock this T. If you have been in an abusive relationship in Canada and it has caused you traumatic stress, you can't sue your ex-partner, but what you can do is file for something called victims compensation, and there is no statute on that. Okay, baby, he could abuse you in 1963. You could file today in 2023 and get you your little check. And if the abuse went to your child as well, you can your child will get a check. Whoever the abuse stamped to in your household will get a check. And that's the T you need to clock, okay? Because we can't sue people. We cannot sue them for this kind of thing, right? But you should get your money however you see fit. After the internet was in a frenzy over this Diddy business, obviously people knew Cassie was not making this up. People start supporting Cassie, coming to her defense. Kid Cudi confirms his car did indeed blow up in his driveway. And then a day later, girl, which we have never seen in the history of lawsuits and settlements, we have never seen anybody settle this fast. Okay, this was a crazy fast, okay? And settling it only made it worse for Diddy. But they settled it a day later. A day later. Where has this ever happened? First of all, if I know I'm innocent and I know you're lying, because that's what his lawyer said, the allegations are full of lies and they are baseless. If I know I'm innocent, baby, take me to trial. Yeah, take me. Going to trial. Okay, take me to trial, because I'm not paying you $1, not $1. I'm not sending you $1. If I know I'm innocent, take me to trial, and I'm gonna debunk everything that you're accusing me of. But Diddy can't do that, and he knows he can't do that. So what's he gonna do but settle? Because she was coming to him as a woman way before we found out about this, right? Way before Cassie confirmed to us everything that we thought we knew about Diddy, that he was evil. She came to him before. He thought he still had power over her. The fact that she was even coming to him. Here's the thing about narcissistic people. Any form of communication with them feeds them. So if you are coming to him, right? If Cassie goes to him and is like, I'm going to sue, I want money, you need to give me money for this, or this is going to happen, they have so much pride and ego that it doesn't even matter. He's going to think that he still has power over her somehow, and it's going to make him feel good about himself. And so that's why he was refusing to pay her. He didn't think that she would be strong enough because, remember, he beat her to a pulp. So he looks at her as weak. Yes, she got away, but she's still communicating with him because she's telling him, I want this. She's making her demands, and he's like, F you. Just like he said F you when they were together for 10 years because of how he treated her. That was the biggest F you, right? So now when she goes to him privately and says X, Y, and Z, give me my money, and he's like, absolutely not, he forces her hand. And so she had to file this lawsuit. She wouldn't have filed it if he had agreed to give her whatever she had asked for. But then it's also smart of her to do it this way and for him to settle it as well, because now she cannot bring it forth again. They settled it. It is what it is. We ain't never going to hear about it again unless somebody drops some documentary somewhere, okay? But like I said, when stuff like this happens, it's very likely that another NDA was signed once the check was cleared. Because what you're not going to do is take the money and then still talk about it after. She's not allowed to talk. I can guarantee that. She's probably has some kind of cease and desist, gag order, something, baby. But there's always a loophole. And I'm waiting for the loophole to surface, okay? Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane had been telling us for a very long time that Diddy is problematic. A lot of people have stated it, you know. We have witnessed it. You know, he hit the damn coach over the head with like a bat or something. Like, he hit his kid's coach. Kanye put it in a song. So, like, we know Diddy is not wrapped too tight. People are reaping what they have sown. That's what it's giving. And all it takes is one person to change the trajectory of everything else. They need to reopen Kim Porter's death and investigate that. They need to look between her toes for injections. Okay, that's what they need to do. They need to look into Biggie's death again. They need to dig up all the skeletons, girl. And the people that have been abused, that have not come forth, they need to talk. And Young Miami needs to leave that man alone because, baby, you next. Okay, you are next. We don't see people settling this fast, ever. Like, ever. It's not a thing. Okay, and like I said, if I know I'm innocent, you're taking me to trial, I'm debunking everything you said, and then you're not getting $1, and then you're gonna owe me money because you wasted the court's time and you wasted my time. Like, that's how I feel about the situation. But to settle it the way that he did so fast and not let it play out, and then to be sat there in a staged photo shoot looking all sad and depressed, sir, you knew this was coming. You cannot be doing evil for so long and think you're going to get away with it for so long just because you've been getting away with it for as long as you've been getting away with it. It's just not a thing. Kimora Lee Simmons posted, because she was Kim Porter's best friend, she posted on her Instagram, what you sow, so shall you reap. And that's period. And we see over time, the moms have been getting upset. Justin Combs' mom has been upset, and you know, her son got a DUI and she was upset with Diddy, and people were saying she was jealous of Young Miami. Like, girl, no. People have been watching this man operate how he operates for years, and they are afraid of him. But Cassie saying, I'm not afraid anymore, and stepping up and say, like, this is major. So Diddy should not get comfortable, okay? He better ask Shine to make him a little passport and go to wherever Shine was staying at. That's what he needs to do. I'm most definitely struggling to not do a dark liner and a light lip, and a gloss. And so yeah, despite the fact that Diddy obviously settled this with Cassie too damn quick, okay, his lawyer then released another statement, and I was just like, sir, if you don't go sit down somewhere, like, we don't believe you. If you don't go sit down What was that? Oh, if you don't go sit down somewhere, both Cassie put out statements that said, we have decided to resolve this amicably. Well, Diddy said we and Cassie said I. Okay. And I think that that's very telling about what happened. Okay, so Diddy is saying we because he's trying to push the narrative that him and Cassie came to an agreement. But the truth of the matter is, Diddy's hand was forced. He had to settle it and settle it quickly. Ain't no we. So Diddy posted a statement saying, we have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. Love is Diddy's name, okay? And then Cassie made a statement and said, I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. If Diddy thought that he could beat this in court, he would go to court, period. He has enough money to bury Cassie, okay? Literally and figuratively. He has enough money to do what he needs to do, but he wasn't getting out of this one. He wasn't. So obviously he had to settle it, and then his lawyer released another statement, which I don't know why. He should have just left it where it was and said, just so we're clear, we're not, sir. It's very, very dusty in here. The windows need Windex, okay? We're not clear. But he said, just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Miss Ventura the best. Ben Braffman, lawyer of or for Mr. Combs. Hang it up, sir. Hang it up, Mr. Braffman. Your client is guilty, okay? Especially because he settled it so damn fast. Because he could have handled that in private. Maybe we would have never have known. But this is definitely the season of exposure. So, one way or another, we was going to learn about Mr. Diddy. As we should. The industry is a very shady, dark, twisted place. And you don't want to be on the bad side, okay? So make your Illuminati payments on time. Don't be late with the Illuminati payments. Maybe he had credit card fraud and had to and had to get a new card, and he was in between cards. Maybe he forgot to update the Illuminati with his new card information, girl. But baby, this was crazy. They had us on a wild ride for about 2 days, child. Wild, 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 wild ride. Now, tell me you guys' take on this situation. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you didn't understand why Cassie went civil instead of criminal. And do you think that there's going to be more that comes to the surface now that he's been exposed for not only being abusive, but being a freak, girl? He is a strange man. He is a strange man, baby. Oh my goodness. And one of the things that actually kind of gagged me during this whole thing was when the clip of Young Jock resurfaced of him telling the story about why Cassie's head is shaved on the side, or was shaved on the side, and how Diddy came out of nowhere while they're like at a club or something and saw some lady with a shaved head and came down and told Cassie, tomorrow you're shaving the side of your head. And she was like, whatever Sean wants. And I was just like, baby, he could have denied the claims. Okay, he was never going to beat these allegations. He was never, ever going to beat them. Now, I want to know how Diddy sent her the money. Did he wire it? Did he send it Cash App, Zelle, baby? How did Cassie get her millions? Ooh, we need to know. My phone literally hates me whenever I do my makeup. It's really annoying. And I think the only other thing that I'm really like wondering about is how his children are feeling about this. Because that's the thing, like, if your parent gets exposed for being a horrible person, and it's like, you know, because you probably witnessed some things. Like, there was a part of her lawsuit that was like, he made her stay at his house while after like a brutal beating. And he FaceTimed her and told her she needs to put on more makeup because his kid can't see her like that, which is crazy to me. You know, a lot of people witnessed Cassie's abuse and aided Diddy, just like they aided R. Kelly. And that's why I'm like, I really hope more people come forward and speak their piece, because this is too much. Like, his staff all helped him hide her abuse and, you know, didn't take up for her in that time, because nobody wants to lose their job, which I understand. But at the same time, it's like, you have to do what's right, okay? And know that you'll be blessed for doing what's right. You cannot sit there and watch this woman get her head beaten. She got 2 black eyes. Her lip is busted open. She got bruises on her back because he didn't kick her. Like, you can't sit there and witness that and be bringing her from hotel to hotel to have her cover it, and then also dropping off thousands and thousands of dollars in gifts, right? Like, you can't do that. How do you do that and sleep at night? Like, his staff was helping him abuse her, you know? And so every time, she said every time she would run away, okay, it's like a child running away from home. Like, every time she would run away, his staff would come and find her, so she had no escape. I could only imagine, okay? You know, I wish Cassie all the best. I'm glad she came forward, and I'm glad she collected a bag, and that's on period, okay? That's on period. So yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. That is it for this episode of Be With The Tea. I love you all so much, and in the comment section below, tell me 2 things. Tell me what you think about the situation, and also tell me what you guys want to see from me this week or next week, okay? I am trying to deliver the content that y'all want to see, okay? I ain't trying to waste my time, and I ain't trying to waste your time, okay? So, especially because maybe the notifications are notifying. I know that it's because of the algorithm, of course, and so YouTube has boxed me in, and they want me to only do a certain type of content, okay? Pretty much story times, and obviously a little bit of lifestyle. I guess that's the category I'm in, because that's where I started, baby. I actually started makeup, so I don't really know why the algorithm has placed me over there, but based on how my channel blew up, they want me to stay in the story time zone. And so I need to know from you guys, what is going to make you watch? What do you guys want to see? I'm so open to suggestions. I know y'all want me back in the kitchen baking and stuff, and I will be doing that. I will be doing hair videos soon, like my actual hair, showing you guys the growth process and home remedies and stuff. And so I will be doing that type of content. Y'all typically like wash day, okay? Because obviously I was bald, okay? Had my little Britney moment, okay? So I will be doing that type of content. And oh, the fashion content is coming back. I have an order coming. I'm going to do a little try on for y'all, show you guys what I'm wearing these days, and also I'm going to do sewing stuff. So let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see, okay? I love you all so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one.